Brad Pitt's F1 film has a release date. We've seen filming being completed at various GPs over the past couple of years, with the black and gold APXGP cars taking to the track, and now the project has been given an end date. The film is set to be internationally released on the 25th of June 2025. Although plot details are yet to be released, we do know that Brad Pitt plays an F1 driver returning to the sport years after retiring. Take note, Mika. Will you be watching the movie when it's released? Let us know in the comments.
Warning, if you're a Formula 1 purist, buckle up. You might spontaneously combust by paragraph 6. Brad Pitt has officially entered the chat and the pit lane. Yes, the same guy who once stormed Troy shirtless and divorced Angelina Jolie now wears a racing suit, pilots a Formula 2 modified beast at 180 miles per hour, and stars in the most absurdly realistic racing movie ever filmed. The name of the film? It doesn't even have a real one yet. It's simply called F1 because who needs creativity when your cast includes actual Formula 1 world champions and you film in the middle of live Grand Prix events like it's just another day at the office. Welcome to Hollywood Meets Horsepower, where Apple Studios said, "Let's make a racing movie," and Brad Pitt said, "Cool, I'll just go ahead and become an F1 driver real quick." A fictional team, real racetracks, and Brad Pitt with a death wish. In this $300 million cinematic experiment, Pitt plays Sonny Hayes, a fictional retired driver who left Formula 1 after a career-ending crash in 1993. He's dragged back into the sport not by therapy or common sense, but to mentor a young rookie and save a struggling team. That team? Totally made up. Never existed. But the twist? APXGP races in real F1 events, with actual pit crews and real-time filming taking place alongside teams like Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. So, in essence, Brad Pitt LARPed as a Formula 1 driver. In front of 400,000 real fans. At Silverstone. If your head isn't exploding yet, please consult your nearest racing enthusiast. They're probably in cardiac arrest just reading this. Redemption, rookie drama, and tires. Lots of tires. The story follows Sonny Hayes as he joins APXGP to mentor a hot-headed young driver, Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris. Pierce is all swagger, ego, and untapped potential, a Gen Z Verstappen with TikTok rage issues. Together, Hayes and Pierce must resurrect APXGP from the ashes, win over doubting fans, and squeeze some podiums out of a car that's basically the motorsport version of your cousin's used Kia Soul. Also, did we mention they have 9 races to do it? Because apparently this team's performance arc is tighter than your grandma's Tupperware lid. The cast. In addition to Pitt and Idris, the cast features Javier Bardem, Kerry Condon, Tobias Menzies, Kim Bodnia, and Sarah Niles. It's like a Shakespearean drama broke into a Formula 1 garage and refused to leave until someone handed them a helmet. Bardem plays a grizzled team principal with the facial expression of a man who's been inhaling tire smoke since 1997. Condon brings gravitas as the team's PR guru/chief morale officer. Menzies probably yells about telemetry at least once per scene. The drama? Delicious. The acting? Michelin-starred. The tire budget? Criminal. The realism. Here's where things go from "oh cool" to "are you serious right now?" The F1 movie was filmed during real F1 Grand Prix weekends across 2023 and 2024, including at Silverstone, Abu Dhabi, Las Vegas, and others. Yes, Brad Pitt was driving a real car. Yes, that car reached over 150 miles per hour. Yes, he trained with F1 engineers. No, your uncle who drives Uber for the thrill cannot relate. And the cameras? Mounted all over the actual race car, with in-helmet GoPros so tight they could capture Pitt's thoughts before he even thinks them. According to producers, nothing was faked, not the speed, not the racing lines, and certainly not the fact that Brad Pitt nearly crashed because his in-car radio broke mid-lap. The man drove blind like a caffeinated Jedi. The drama. During one shoot in Las Vegas, a stunt driver collapsed from the heat during a simulated crash. Another scene in Abu Dhabi had Pitt sharing a podium with real F1 drivers, resulting in fans screaming, "You can't park that here." The man was literally on the podium. Not metaphorically. Literally. Let's be clear, Brad Pitt has now done what millions of F1 fans can only dream of. He stood next to Lewis Hamilton in racing gear at an actual Grand Prix, pretending to be a champion. And somehow people cheered. Somewhere in Stuttgart, Toto Wolff cried a single tear of disbelief. The soundtrack. Because Apple had money to burn and no interest in being subtle, they hired Hans Zimmer for the original score. You know, the guy who made Inception sound like a nuclear migraine and Gladiator feel like church. Then, just for fun, they launched a full music companion called F1. The album featuring Ed Sheeran, Doja Cat, Chris Stapleton, Tiesto, and even Rose from Blackpink. There's a scene where Sheeran's vocals play over a last lap battle, and honestly, I don't even care if it's realistic. It slaps. The numbers. Released on June 27, 2025, the film opened to a global box office of $146.3 million and hit $397.6 million by mid-July. For Apple Studios, this was a "we did it, boys" moment. They've now proven they can dominate theaters, not just streams. And here's the kicker. This is Apple's first #1 box office debut in history. They beat out superhero franchises, horror reboots, and whatever Marvel is rebooting for the 15th time this year. It's also the most successful racing movie since Rush, 2013, and probably the only one where someone actually raced the marketing budget down the Mulsanne Strait. The critics. Critics have called the film authentic, bold, and shockingly good for a movie about Brad Pitt driving fast. Audiences love it. Hardcore fans? Slightly traumatized. British tabloids ranted about the fictional team's presence on real F1 podiums, with one headline reading, "Unforgivable." To which I say, relax. If you survive Drive to Survive pretending every pit stop is a national tragedy, you'll survive this. Behind the scenes. Brad Pitt didn't just fake it, he trained with real engineers, worked out with drivers, and probably muttered "downforce" in his sleep for 6 months. He even admitted the role was inspired by his love of motorsport legends like Jackie Stewart and Martin Donnelly. Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, co-produced the film and corrected technical details like which corner reverb was captured incorrectly during a race scene. Yes, the man spotted a sound error in turn 12 and made them fix it. Your favorite actor can't even hit their mark on cue. Where to watch? Currently, the movie is exclusive to theaters and will likely remain there through summer 2025. Based on Apple's release pattern, expect a streaming debut around September, November 2025 on Apple TV+. Until then, your options are: go to the theater, steal your friend's Apple login, wait 90 days while avoiding spoilers from motorsport Twitter. Your call. What storytellers can learn from F1. This movie isn't just fast, it's smart. It's structured. It's a masterclass in storytelling under pressure. From the character arcs, mentor, mentee, redemption to the stakes, 9 races, 1 shot, everything is finely tuned. The world building? Flawless. The visuals? Gritty and raw. The pacing? As tight as an F1 chicane. And the takeaway? Authenticity matters more than perfection. Audiences don't care if it's fictional, they care if it feels real. And it does. It feels like standing on the tarmac, engine vibrating beneath your ribs, sweat dripping into your gloves, and a crowd of 300,000 waiting to see if you make history, or crash trying. To recap, a 60-year-old man drove a real race car in front of millions, filmed it, turned it into a drama, made hundreds of millions of dollars, and stood on a real F1 podium like it was his birthright. And honestly, he crushed it.so. Whether you're a filmmaker, content creator, or just someone trying to tell better stories, take a cue from F1. Go full throttle. Make it real. Layer the drama. Add the humor. And always hire Hans Zimmer if you can afford it. Now go tell your story, but maybe keep it under 200 miles per hour. If this video made you laugh, taught you something new, or convinced you Brad Pitt might secretly be Lewis Hamilton in disguise, smash that like button like it's a pit lane speed limiter. Subscribe for more stories where movies meet madness, and don't forget to drop a comment. Would you trust Brad Pitt to drive your car at 200 miles per hour?